Welcome back to Niagara Garden Party. It is April 21st. It was 10 degrees Celsius today, and I think a low of 3 degrees tonight, but a low of 0 tomorrow. Oh, the dog is trying to come out. Sorry, girl. Filming this a little bit late today, but still wanted to get an update out. The gazebo has been set up, but some of my little hooks have broken, so I need to do a little bit of sewing and fixing so that is not drooping like that, because that's very annoying. But you know that summer is near when the gazebo gets set up, so that's exciting. We have planted some onion sets in here. My husband came home with onion sets from the farm. There's a farm close by to us, a local farm that sometimes just gives away free things, and we like to go and buy our produce from there. So they just had some onion sets they were giving away. The crocus have died off. My succulents are doing really, really well. They always come back this time of year. And this kale, which is all volunteer kale from that huge, maybe if you go back to this time last year, you can see it was like getting really tall and there were yellow flowers and the bees loved it, but it's self-seeded everywhere. This is also kale. There's kale in the back, everywhere. It's everywhere. So I'm not mad about it. I want to eat it. It's starting to look appetizing to me. Like I want to crisp it up in the oven and make some kale chips. Are we fighting? My goodness, chaos. This bed is a disaster. I haven't done any cleanup in here. This is from the old pond. We got the new pond set up. It is looking really, really cute. I love it at night with the lights. We had some volunteer, these guys pop up, so I moved them all to this pot. And I'm redoing one of my other garden beds, so I have an excess of rock right now. The blueberry bushes, I had to move one, and the one I moved isn't doing too well. But these two, I can start to see the little white flowers. You can see them. Those are all going to be blueberries. And then this guy was from one of my Click and Grow indoor gardens, and it is a sorrel plant, technically edible, but I don't really like it. It overwintered. It's been here since last year, and she's been going strong, so we're just letting her do her thing. If we move along, the apple tree is coming back. Believe it or not, it has already got so many cute little buds. This ones are almost opening up even. This is an espalier apple tree. So it has been trained to be spread out like this, and there are multiple different kinds of apples on each branch. So you need 2 apple trees to cross-pollinate, which is why this is something they do for smaller gardens. It's a grafted tree, and all of these will help pollinate each other, which means I don't need to have more than 1 apple tree. There's nothing really going on along here. That is where I moved one of the blueberries that was over here. I have some tulips. These are some weird, different tulips. These guys are almost up. I finally did the weeding. Aren't you proud of me? Look at the garlic. Wow. I remember planting this in the fall with my husband. He helped me. Look at this garlic bed. Whoa! We're just going for mass garlic this year. I always overdo it on one thing. It's the year of the garlic this time. Okay, moving along, we have, I don't know what these guys are. I can't remember. I'll have to look in some of my past vlogs. They're bulbs of some sort. I don't know if the flower stalks are going to come up or not. They might not be getting enough sun because the magnolia tree is coming back. Here we have columbine, which I started from a seed in the house like 2 years ago, I think. Maybe it was last year. We're excited about that. This little garden bed here has some, wow, rude, carrots. Some little carrots that overwintered. You can kind of see this guy in here. He's a carrot. Oh, but he's a short, fat, stubby guy. So I'm going to leave those and see what happens. There's more garlic here. And this is oregano, and that is thyme. These have been here for like 5 years. Tulips almost opening. And I'm just gonna pop into the greenhouse real quick. Do this as like a combo vlog. Okay. So. Oh, I don't have the remote for the lights. My apologies. What's going on in here? Rosemary, doing great. It survived through the winter in here. This rosemary, however, did not. So I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to do with it, if it's going to come back or not. I don't think it is, though. It is crispy. Yeah, it's ready to be put into a pasta or something. This fig tree is coming back, thank goodness, because its roots, look at, this thing is an entire root ball. The roots are coming out the bottom. I need to find a bigger pot for this. Like, you can't even really understand the scale of how big this pot already is. So I'm afraid. We have in here, let's open her up, shall we? Zippity-doo. Oh, I see a little sprout. And that is phlox. So I have some annual and perennial flowers in here. Starting. Oh my goodness. Could I open this or what? Yeah, you can't really see a whole lot going on in there, but maybe next week or the week after we'll see a lot of progress. Just close that guy back up. We're seeing if I need to supply additional heat to these things or not, because right now they have no additional heat. They're just a greenhouse within a greenhouse, which raises the temperature maybe like 5-6 degrees, which will be enough at this time of year. Okay, my husband's walnut project. Look at them. Those are the walnuts. Oh, of course something's in the way, and I made a whole bunch of noise. I'm so sorry. We don't know what these are. These were volunteers that he is now babying, because that's what happens. But there are so many walnuts popping up. He's very excited about it. Over here, carrots. More carrots. I have never had great success with carrots in the past, so hopefully, these overwintered though. So hopefully they do well. And then I actually just sowed more carrot seeds in here, so you can kind of see the rows. And more kale, because apparently I'm out of my mind. I have this shelf unit that I'm thinking of using these shelves as trellises in here. Just getting like a little eyelet and like a zip tie and making sure it doesn't fall down or whatever. But I really like having just these shelves, because if I wanted to start seeds or do repotting or something, it's really handy. So I think I might try to get multi-use out of them, because I don't have room for the shelf and it's just like in storage. It was just in the shed. So this is probably another way to use it, so I don't have to like DIY some sort of trellis in here this year. The tower doing so good. We've got oh my goodness, what is it? Swiss chard. I see you see these? This is celery. These little tiny guys. And I just sprinkled all the seeds in here. There's been no additional heat in this greenhouse this spring, because I don't have the money, guys, to heat the greenhouse this year. I didn't heat it last year either. Rain barrel is very full. This tomato, I don't know, don't judge me. I'm going to throw it in a garden in the back and hopefully it does its thing, but it's just a little too cold, so I'm waiting. I'm waiting like a week. It's going to rot there for like a week. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. More garlic. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be stinky this year once I harvest all the garlic. And then this is a combination of like kohlrabi, kale. I think there might be some radish in here. This is what I'm extra excited about though. I had these shelves in the old greenhouse. You might remember when the L bed was here. I had them on the front of the L bed and I would just use them to hold like starter pots, like the cacti or whatever. And then I was putting these together. Usually I would put these on the shelf over there or wherever on the ground. They're just self-watering planters that I got off of Amazon a long time ago. And I realized that they fit perfectly in this little wire basket thing that's falling apart. So I'm really, really pumped about how this looks. And I don't know if it'll grow properly because like this is not a lot of space for the plants to grow. But maybe the plants will come over and out and up. That's what I'm hoping will happen. But so far we've got lettuce. Let me show you. Ooh, lettuce is coming up. The opal basil's coming up. The chamomile tea is. We have one marigold, better than none marigold. Some dill, and I don't see any of this regular basil popping up yet. But I'm super excited to see that this year. I'm collecting more water. The rain barrel gets obviously full and it has nowhere to go. So I've been putting extra water in jugs and I've been using all of it because I have a lot of houseplants. And we're going to take a quick peek in the back while my dog barks and see what's coming back over here. So this is going to be the first year for the expansion. So there are some parts of it that didn't do great. Like there's some wild garlic coming up here. Unfortunately, it's not wild garlic we can eat because this is all like a trash pile. As you can see, my neighbor's yard is a trash pile. We've been trying to clean it up for quite some time. Here is some volunteer kale, and you'll absolutely love this. I spy with my little eye more kale. Do you see it right there? It's going to seed already, which is super weird. I didn't think I would fill up these two garden beds, but we had some extra soil from digging out the pond. So I am going to end up planting like that rotten tomato in one of these beds. And I put some onion sets in here. Who knows if the squirrels have taken them already or not. My dog won't stop barking, so we're going to wrap up this tour real quick. Look at how beautiful the moon looks. Stunning. With that magnolia tree. It's just starting to bud too. And it's like the prettiest pink. My pots are a disaster, need to be cleaned up. Got to do some spring cleaning, not surprised. Oh, and before I go, I guess I will quickly show you. Train Compost is doing its thing. It's working on becoming compost. These guys are coming back. So these ones were in the front garden and I moved them back here when we made this area. No idea what's coming up in here, maybe nothing. Some of the other plants we planted back here are coming up. The chives that I dug up are coming back. I think a train is coming. I could be wrong, but it sounds like a train. They say you can plant mums. I would argue that not always. I do not think these mums are coming back at all, but you never know with plants. They kind of surprise you sometimes. So we're just going to wait and see what happens, but she is as dry as a bone. And then just over here, some disastrous beds in these tires. But this guy here is a malva, which is something I started from seed. This is grass, which should be pulled up and dealt with. I don't mean to be weeding live. I guess it's not live, it's not recording. But here, so this is malva. This is malva. I even think this is a label that might have one time said malva. Clearly it says nothing now. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to these guys coming back. They're like this really pretty pink, purpley, white flower. All right, and that does it for today. Thanks for joining me for this update. Things are starting to really grow now, so I'm expecting there to be a lot of progress week to week, and I'll hopefully be doing more vlogs for you coming up. Oh, ow, tripping. Everything's a mess that time of year. All right, and here are the dogs waiting for me. You guys are so good. There's nothing there for you. Where are you going? We're shutting her down. All right, bye.